All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And we are live. Another session with me. Another week has gone by, and I'm super excited to be on this live stream just to gather all your questions. But most importantly, these sessions are also used to share all of our team members that are working behind the scenes in Supliful and making sure that all of you guys become successful with your own brands in the fast moving consumer goods space. And without further ado, I'm super excited to have our head of marketing, Thomas, join this live stream. Thomas has been with Supliful for a bit more than a year, and he's has been an instrumental part in our growth, and also at the moment is leading many important projects that will lead to new website redesign and many other exciting things, as well as stay till the end of this live stream. So we will have not we, but I would say rather Thomas will have an announcement of a new feature that we just deployed today. So yeah, keep sending in your questions, and we'll be happy to answer them. But yeah, I will now then add Thomas to the live stream. Thomas, welcome.
Hey, Martin. Thanks for the intro. Hey, everyone watching. Quite exciting to be on the other side of the screen for a change.
Yes, good point. One thing I didn't mention is that in reality, Thomas has been constantly behind the scenes during these live streams. So he's been very helpful in trying to help me to navigate this complicated software that we are running here. So thanks a lot for that, Thomas.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
All right, Thomas. I mean, you've been behind the scenes of these episodes. We forgot to implement an idea that we wanted to do is to add episodes, how much
Yeah,
episodes we're running. This is the 11th episode because I think the previous one was the 10th one, the 10th. So we are on a good streak for already, this means for already 11 weeks we've been going live, and it speaks volumes about one of our core virtues, which is discipline. So we really want to stay disciplined and make sure that we listen to all of you guys building on top of Supliful and provide valuable feedback. So Thomas, you know the drill. We're going to talk a bit about your background, how you started with Supliful, also where our marketing is now headed in the coming next couple of months, as well as what exciting thing we just launched recently, and I will give you the floor to talk a bit about it at the end of the stream. So I think it's a it's a it's a it's an aspect on the platform that hasn't been very much like we haven't much upgraded our platform, but this is an exciting thing. And for all of you listening and joining in on the stream, ask questions to Thomas so that I mean you can quickly scale your brands, and he has tons of knowledge. And yeah, happy to welcome your questions. Um, but yeah, I guess Thomas, maybe share to the audience what is your background, and what led you to join Supliful, and then how you started.
right. So me joining Supliful was coincidental, and my whole kind of background and professional journey has been somewhat random, and very much based on taking random opportunities and seeing where they lead. So, but no, so since, I mean, early days, I've been really into internet stuff, computers, programming, and design. And I always wanted to do that professionally as well. And and my I guess my professional career started with traditional marketing, like your like I worked at a essentially like a shipbuilding factory as a marketing manager. I did very random stuff, and then I gradually moved into more digital marketing, um, and and start working for agencies. So the most part of my background comes from designing and building uh, digital projects, products, and service companies. So that's where I come from. And Supliful is actually first kind of product based company or startup that I'm working at. And luckily, my skill set has been quite useful here. I hope so. and But no, yeah, and the way I joined Sapofol is also quite interesting because I left my previous company. I think a bit more than 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, and I already knew what type of companies I wanted to work at, and I submitted my CVs. I think it was like 2 or 3 companies, and amongst these companies was Supliful. And I thought, hey, it would be pretty cool to work at Supliful. So I sent my CV and never heard back. Hey, that happens. But no, um, later on, I I got other opportunities, but I kind of rejected them. And I really liked the idea of building my own company and just working on my own stuff. So I started working with various clients, freelance basis, some more corporate clients, and somehow coincidentally, through Upwork, I got matched with Supliful. So I became one of their kind of early freelancers working on Sub's team at that time, which is our Shopify team. We worked for, I think, 4 maybe 5 months together, until Martin just yeah, proposed an idea to join them full time, and yeah, that's how I joined Supliful essentially.
In reality, we cornered you, me and Richard,
Yeah.
and said that it would be maybe wise to join forces and just build something bigger together. And both of us, we were very, very happy that you decided to join us. And I think we're onto something great. And all the ideas that you have is again just to make sure that all of the brands building on top of Supliful get to value the fast as possible, and that they can scale their brands quickly. So this is what we're all about. But Thomas, what piqued my interest in your story, Ship Factory? I don't recall that thing. Well, what's up with that?
Yeah. So that was one of my like first ever kind of official workplaces, and I joined university. I went there for 3 months. I just didn't like it. I was skipping school basically, and my dad kind of well, he put me in a position, said, well, if you don't want to go to uni, you have to go and work. And I said, okay, I'm gonna go work, and that was yeah, and I landed there.
Okay.
It taught me a lot of like it, yeah, I mean, not all companies and positions are as nice as they are like in digital marketing space or startup space. So by working there, I realized what type of work I don't want to do, and and yeah, it's been yeah, just learning from experiences since then.
Well, at least it gave you no perspective. People
Yeah.
sometimes underestimate how good of maybe an organization is and how it's been structured if you haven't really seen the other side of the coin or something that is really worse. But I think it'd be interesting for the listeners that you share how a day of head of marketing look like for you in Supliful, and what are your main tasks.
Yeah, so I think in Sapoful terms, like head of marketing, so we have to like I think to like top level roles at Sapoful in the marketing team, which is CMO, Chief Marketing Officer, and me as head of marketing. So how we divide our roles is that I work with our team, work on the project level, make sure that all the projects move as fast as possible forward, and I work more on the day-to-day level, whereas the CMO role is more strategic, and that's where all the strategic initiatives come from, and feedback and etc. So I would say that I am more of a team lead than like a strategic marketing role here at Sapoful. So yeah.
Okay, okay, and but if you share like that, you're still involved in the decision making on how you and what direction we take in terms of the marketing strategy, right?
Yeah, I mean, everyone in the marketing team takes kind of participation in that. That's a cool thing about Supplefull in general. That not just like decisions are not made behind closed doors. That everyone can partake and voice their opinion and be heard, which is quite cool. And I think a lot of great ideas have come not like marketing ideas have come not necessarily from marketing people, but maybe other teams. And yeah, this outside perspective is yeah really helpful. But yeah.
Okay, okay, thanks. So we have a question from Felix here. How many orders can you handle for one seller per day at most?
Okay, so should I answer? Okay, so orders per day. I mean, we reached a point. There's no certain answer because we haven't really stress tested our operations since the upgrade, since expanding the warehouse. But I would say we've come to a point. We've implemented systems in place which would allow us to expand our kind of daily fulfillment limits and operational limits really fast, like faster than I would say some 3PLs would be able to expand their volumes. So we have the system in place. So there's always reasonable limits to what is possible, but I would say if someone would say they want to like they would bring in volumes that is 5x what we do now, we would be able to implement that. So
Yep, exactly. That's a good way to answer this question, and we have implemented kind of processes that lets us scale rapidly, and our physical space also enables us to accommodate large increases in orders. Um, all right, now let's maybe talk a bit in more details in terms of our marketing and branding. And
mhm.
as you know, there's a bit of a repositioning on how we're going to brand Supliful, and then maybe share a bit how do you approach the building the Supliful brand at the moment, and making sure that it stands out in the market as we kind of set in again these like foundational structures to make sure that we continue to grow on our branding and brand equity.
Okay, so most branding decisions come from our virtues: to be transparent, to be proactive and professional, and that sort of thing, and we're always looking to improve those areas. Um, so whenever we kind of make marketing decisions, we take that into consideration. So as for our plans for the nearest future, and by nearest future I mean like the next 6 months, we will be heavily working on communication, so improving communication with our users and trying to be proactive on various operational issues and product launches, and do surveys, listen to our customers more, and stuff of that nature. And secondly, we will be working on improving our customer experience on the platform, like introducing new features, looking at our user journeys, how they interact with our platform, what type of information they would like to see on the platform, at what times they would like to see it, and just in general working more with our existing user base. I think is what we're looking to do in the upcoming like 6 months or so.
Yeah, and thanks for sharing that. And of course, our goal in the next two 2.5 years is to make sure that we are able to help brands to build seven-figure businesses on top of Supliful, and we want to have at least 100 of businesses like that on Supliful, and we are very committed to that goal. Therefore, we're trying also to align all these activities to be able to achieve that set goal for us. Maybe you can share some campaign or initiative that you are particularly proud of, and that you recently or maybe some months ago completed.
So I think like the thing that I'm kind of most proud of is our brand accelerator program. It's not like a recent initiative. It's something that has been in works for quite some time, since beginning of last year, and I'm quite happy where it's at currently and what it can become in the future. So I think that's kind of yeah, that's a thing that I would say yeah, I'm most proud of here at Supliful.
Yeah, that's definitely a like a business unit that we are running, and it's running super efficiently. And a big part of processes are the ones that you directly implemented. So and it's definitely adding a lot of value to our brand builders. But what I'm especially proud of is that there's more and more graduates from that brand accelerator program that actually become successful, have already built, I think one is up to close to six-figure revenue already this year. So, and that was initially, of course, the purpose of the whole
Mhm.
accelerator program. And yeah, very happy about how it turned out. And the people that are working on that, Marta, Sabi, and all the other team members are doing an excellent job.
Absolutely. Maybe if we have a minute for those listening and not particularly familiar with Brand Accelerator, just to expand on that a little bit more. Uh, so so um, so we're trying to raise awareness, like the marketing of Sopofol is trying to raise awareness of this opportunity of launching. CPG product brands with no upfront investment, and that attracts like wide pool of people. So seeing that, I mean, not everyone is a professional at building brands, but might have like an audience, or might have a really good idea, or are willing to invest a little bit more money into the project. We've created this program that takes a brand idea, um, and um, and like our team helps kind of basically sets them up for success. So we take the idea, we suggest what type of product to add to the store. We help with product positioning. We kind of help define what type of marketing channels to use. Obviously, we help with label design and store design. So we do all the work to get the brand up and running. And besides that, we also provide support, advice on marketing questions, and we take care of all the operational needs. So we help. The Brand Accelerator program helps anyone to launch their brand, set up for success, and then we kind of transition into this partnership where brand owners do marketing and we take care of all their kind of back-end stuff, updating the website, adding products, making additional labels, etc. And that's been quite successful for some brand owners, and it's very exciting to see, how committed and driven some of them are. And yeah, so.
And most importantly, Thomas, what you didn't mention is that we're actually able to do it even in some cases in just 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So imagine you just have an idea. I want my own brand. I want my own fast-moving consumer products brand, and we will do it for you in just 2 weeks. So the time to market is really one aspect that we continuously are very mindful about, and we want to make sure that we give services and tools so that all these brand builders, all that product idea people would really like get from idea to market in the shortest time possible with different kind of tools. Okay, and then this also transitions nicely in the next segment that I think also people would be interested to hear, especially from you. What do you see are now, given your extensive experience, the most like trending directions for digital marketing? What you are also watching closely? What now helps best the new brand builders to scale their product?
Okay. So, um, yeah, this is a good question. So there's the launch stage marketing tactics, and then there's the scale tactics. So yeah. When someone launches their brand, there are two approaches. There's the organic approach and the paid advertisement approach. And in terms of organic, the best way currently is TikTok. The algorithm still can push any video to virality, and we have seen such cases where one video can bring like $50,000 in revenue for a brand owner just out of nowhere. But that takes certain commitment in consistent content production, like posting 100, maybe 200 videos until something sticks. The other approach is paid advertisement, and Facebook and Instagram ads still work really well. The thing about paid advertisement, what a lot of brand owners miss, or don't really take that seriously into consideration, is allocating a proper budget. So not testing ads with like $5 or $10 a day. That's not going to get you any sales. But allocating at least like 50, maybe even $100 a day initially. And secondly, constantly producing new creatives, so new video ad images and like like ad images and ad videos in general, just constantly pushing new stuff to Facebook to test until eventually something hits. And paid advertisement is, I mean, the safest bet and the best way how to scale further as well, of course. So there's always kind of, every single month there's this new tactic or something, but not everyone will be able to use this tactic, and the safest bets are like these organic TikTok or paid Facebook ads, and stuff of that nature.
But would you say that the main goal is still like keep experimenting, finding what works best for you, and make sure you constantly
Absolutely.
get positive ROI?
Yeah, absolutely. Like that magical moment is when you get an ad that's at least break even for you, based on your margins. That's like very few brands get to that point, but that's when like can have that sigh of relief. Ah, okay, this is working. but you don't stop experimenting. You still allocate like 20%, maybe 30% of your budget to still experimenting new audiences and new creatives and stuff of that nature. Yeah, big brands all like you can go onto Facebook ads library. You can Google Facebook ads library, and you can check active ads for any brand online, basically. And you can see like brands like Huel, Athletic Greens, how many ads they're running. It's often in thousands that they're actively running. So these large brands are also constantly testing new stuff and yeah, looking for something new.
So Thomas, we have a couple of questions coming in. Jessica is asking how much for marketing.
Well, do you want us to market or but generally, so you're looking at least $1,500 to $3,000 a month on ad spend only, and plus additionally $1,000 a month retainer to whoever is servicing your account and creating these new creatives. So give or take, like yeah, like $3,000 to $4,000 a month is what you're looking to spend a month when starting out.
Mhm. Okay, then Felix asked another good question. Is there any automatic solution for out of stock situations when using Shopify?
Not with our system, no, I believe. So you would need to know the inventory count, and we can't provide that at the moment. And there's no automatic kind of sync between our system and the Shopify store. So no, there's no automatic way at the moment.
But it's a thing that's, of course, been in our product development pipeline. We are aware of this request, and it's something that we eventually want to offer and as an option for you, because there's different strategies, different tactics how to approach an out of stock situation. But as an option for you, that we automatically put the product on your Shopify store out of stock in case we run out of stock. We have also a question from Murad. How do you ensure timely order fulfillment, manage inventory, and restock quickly during large scale advertising campaigns?
Yeah, the key here is whether we know about this large scale advertising campaign beforehand or don't. So if we know about like these campaigns, then we can prepare accordingly. And um, to prepare accordingly, we need to have some sort of forecasts or even additional commitments from the brand owner's side. So it's always like a two-way partnership in such cases. So if you're planning to have spike in traffic or sales, please let us know so we can also prepare, give a heads up to our manufacturer suppliers and etc. So
Okay, we have some interesting. Okay, this is a good. Edward is calling Thomas is as a head of marketing with 50 views on Instagram.
no, I mean you have to start somewhere. One of the inspiration behind these kind of Instagram lives is Gary Vaynerchuk, and if you read through his story, he used to do a YouTube show for like maybe 10, 15, 100 views for I think it was even several years. He was just presenting wine through a show on YouTube, and he never quit, so he was at his like 200, 300, 400 episode until it like started to get friction. And yeah, well, you have to, you have to start somewhere.
Yep, I totally agree, Thomas, with you. And it doesn't matter. It helps us also practice, and we stay true to our commitment that we are always accessible to anyone building on top of Supliful. It speaks about our values, about the transparency that we want to build here. So definitely something that we will continue to do. So we already 30 minutes into the conversation, and maybe Thomas, then you could share what are the recent updates we launched just today, and how that will impact all the brand builders on top of Supliful.
All right. So the big reveal, we launched volume discounts today. So that's one of the largest user-facing updates on our platform we've had recently, and this feature will automatically apply discounts to your product based on the volumes, right? So the more volume you sell through Supliful, the better product price you will get at the end of the day. You can see the thresholds and the price differences in your profile in Supliful. So if you'll click on the avatar, you'll see volume discounts there, and we try to make it super user friendly and show it through progress bars and stuff like that. Um, so that's one of the things that a lot of people, a lot of brand builders and owners don't really know. But there are certain like features and services we've been providing a bit beforehand. Now we're just making them public. So
Yep, and we're productizing that. We were doing this pretty much manually, but now we're productized it and implemented in the platform. So, right, yeah, thanks, Thomas, for taking the time out of your busy day and joining this live stream. Super happy to have you here. Also, thanks everyone that were listening in. Next week we'll have another Q&A session, so prepare your questions. Or if you wouldn't have any questions, we'll still be live and answering everything that comes to your mind. So happy to be here and support all of you in building your seven-figure businesses. Thanks a lot, and catch you at the next one. Bye, everyone. Bye.
thanks, guys. Keep building. Bye.